Good afternoon, everybody. This is our mic check. If you can see us, if you can hear us, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. We will begin promptly at 3 o'clock with our COVID-19 update, and we will follow that directly with an announcement from Sheriff Ray Cross.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hope everyone's enjoying this rainy day out there. We have a few announcements before I go into our numbers as of today. We are continuing our breast pickup. I mention that every day. We're winding it up next week, actually through the end of the month. So everyone try to finish up on that if you possibly can. I want to mention we mentioned this yesterday on our representative from our veterans. He'll be here on the last Wednesday of July on the 29th in the commission office. He's been, of course, since the COVID-19. It's been several weeks, month or so since he's been here, and that's good news for all of y'all. We have our early voting, as most of you know. We've got another week after this one here. Next week we'll wind that up. But do remember on Saturday, this coming Saturday, they will be there from 9 to 4. So, you don't have an excuse for voting. I mean, go in and out real quick, real easy. There's no lines. And so that's something, it's a very critical thing in your life that you should do. And because you sit back and don't do it, you don't have any reason to complain after the election you look. So please try to vote. Regardless of who you vote for or what you vote for, you need to cast that vote. We do have our swab test going on at our health department down below our administrative building. They're doing that 5 days a week, actually 6 days. They're doing it 5 days, Monday through Friday, and there's not a line down there. Today they've had probably a pretty good flow, but you don't have any wait at all. You can pull in. It's a drive-through. You don't have to get out of the car at all. And they're also doing it Saturday morning. That's 9 to 12 on Saturday morning, and on Monday through Thursday 1 to 4. Fridays are 9 to 1. And so, if you want to get tested, there's no excuse. I mean, if you're out riding around buying groceries or whatever, go through there. And if you've got any doubts, please try to do that. Also, we have the Lawson Medical. They are just across, right there on the square, across from the coffee shop. They're doing the blood draw, the test, and there is a charge for that. Now, the Department of Public Health, there is no charge for that test there, but the Lawson Medical, they do charge. They charge a $25 fee plus a lab fee, and they're actually open different hours too. They're Monday through Thursday, 5 in the evening till 9 at night, and Saturday and Sunday they're from 8 till 6, and their phone number there is 657-3200. That's 706-657-3200, and it's that right there in the evening, and she's actually, like I said, open on Saturday and Sunday from 8 till 6. So there again, it's a little different test. It's not the swab. They do a blood draw, and she does send it to a lab. I think it's 3 to 5 days on the results on that. And they're also still doing it in Lafayette, also at the Reedy Clinic over there, and also at the Walker County Civic Center. That's their public health doing that one over there at the Walker County Civic Center. It is free also, and it's 5 days a week. And they may be on Saturday, but we don't have that on here. But everything's posted on our website there if you want to go and take a look at it. Cloudland Canyon, as all of you know, we've had some issues there over the weekends, last few weekends as far as crowding and all. This past weekend went really smooth. We've been working with their local, the DNR law enforcement, our local sheriff's department, and their troopers, and this weekend went really smooth compared to the past few weekends. And so they're going to keep pretty much the same protocols they've been for the past, especially last weekend. So hopefully that'll work out. Sulphur Springs Gap Road, there's been a lot of people call about that. It was we opened it up about an hour ago. It's been closed for several weeks since our last flood, and it's in really good shape right now. So those people right there, that'll give you an alternative route or the main route out. I do want to ask for for prayer for someone. There was one of our lineman boys down at the lineman school. Well, he actually was drowned this weekend on Memorial Day. They were out at Little River and having a good time there, and for whatever happened, he did pass away there, and he was a young man from Indiana who's 23 years old. So keep those people in prayer, in your prayers if you would. Our nursing home, that's been some big news here in the last since last Wednesday really. They did have 5 tests positive out there. 4 of their workers there that work in the administration, and 1 of their patients. Then they did a retest, and we did notify you there. It was Monday that that test came back negative. So and these were swab tests both times. So they are. I did have a letter I read Monday and yesterday from the lady there, Miss Massengill, that's in charge out there. They are reviewing the test themselves to see if there's any contamination one way or the other, and I'm sure they're retesting too, because that's a big deal, at a nursing home like that. So we'll keep you up on that, and they're actually, their CEO is going to come on our show here hopefully between now and Friday. He's got a lot going on. I think they own 7 nursing homes, but he did promise us he would come on and give you a full update on exactly what's going on with that, because there's a lot of people concerned with that. We'll move into our numbers now. In Dade County, we did stay the same from yesterday. We have 27 with 11 antibody tests that can be taken away from that. Walker County, they went from 96 to 102, and they have 44 antibody tests that is in those figures that can be actually taken away from that. Catoosa County, they went from 106 to 112. They have 23 antibody tests. Chattooga County, they stayed the same at 24. They have only 2 antibody tests in that one. Whitfield County, they went from 283 to 307. Gordon County went from 139 to 140. Floyd County, 239 to 246. Bartow County went from 443 to 454. And there's still 1,731 unknown counties in Georgia. And that could be any county in the state. And that's actually addresses that have not been actually linked to the county. So that could be here in the county, could be any county. Totally in Georgia, we have 1,899 deaths as of today. and we have 7,647 hospitalizations. That's from the beginning till now. And so that's a lot of those people, or most of them, are already back out on the street and actually back at work. We'll move to Tennessee, Hamilton County. They went from 601 to 642. They have 217 recoveries and 15 deaths. Marion County, they went from 36 to 37. They have 26 recoveries with 1 deceased. Grundy County, they stayed the same at 32. They have 26 recovered with 1 death. Sequatchie County went from 11 to 12 with 9 recovers. Meigs County, they stayed the same at 25 with 20 recoveries. Bradley County went from 98 to 99. They have 76 recoveries with 1 deceased. Total in Tennessee, they have 343 deaths. That's up from 338 yesterday. And that's a pretty big difference, as I say every day, from in between that number and Georgia, which we're at 1,899 deaths. That's up from 1,853 yesterday. Alabama, Jackson County, one of our local counties, our counties that neighbor us here, is 71 to 73. They have 73. DeKalb County, they went from 228 to 236. So all total, Alabama has had 15,775 confirmed cases, and that's up from 15,311 yesterday. So that completes the numbers. Try to stay safe. Try to practice social distancing, and especially in gatherings. Our churches are back, most of them. A lot of our restaurants are open. Just try to follow the rules. Your mask. Try to keep your face mask on. Of course, that's recommendations. I had some people have called about that. That's not a law by the state of Georgia by any means that he's passed. This is recommended by our Center for Disease Control. And try to keep that. That's one way we have of actually trying to battle this, So we do have, as Kerry mentioned a while ago, we have the Chief Prince and our Sheriff Cross. They're going to come up here and go ahead and give their report. They have some really interesting things, important things they want to share with you. And Sheriff, you want to come on up, and we'll just go right on into it. Okay. I appreciate everyone watching.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Over the past few months, the Dade County Sheriff's Office and Trenton Police Department have been assisting in an ongoing child pornography investigation led by the state and federal agencies. The purpose of this investigation is to locate possible victims and ascertain their age at the time of the incident, and to determine if other instigators are located in this area. Arrests have been made of 2 prime suspects originally from Dade County who are currently out of our jurisdiction. Because of the sensitive nature of this case, minimal information can be given in order not to jeopardize the investigation. We want the perpetrators to be held accountable to the full extent of the law. At this time, no other arrests have been made. It is an ongoing investigation that has been delayed by federal travel restrictions due to the COVID-19. As we are able to release more information, we will, but the security and privacy of the victims is our paramount concern at this time. I'm limited on what I can say in this press conference, but I'll be open for questions at this time if you have any. Yes, ma'am.
As far as the 2 arrests, where were they arrested, and can you give us information on those suspects?
These were 2 suspects that are currently in the military. I cannot disclose the location, but they are in the military. Yes, sir.
How long ago were they Dade County residents?
I'm not sure of the date they left Dade County. They were actually students in the high school, and that stems back to this investigation. That I'm not sure if it occurred then or not. Understand, we are just assisting in this investigation. The federal agents have more information on this than I do, so there's not a lot I can really tell you.
Were they recent students in the high school, or were they within the last 10 years?
In the last 10 years, I believe. Yes, sir.
Do you guys believe there are any more suspects, or is it just these 2 right now that are like?
Right now, we are, as I say, assisting with the victims in this case. We're not actually looking for the suspects. The federal agencies are doing that part of the investigation. We're assisting them in trying to find victims at this time. So I don't know the answer to that question. That's something that the feds would have to answer.
How many victims have you guys help out?
When we first heard about this, we were expecting to be over 100, but we're nowhere near that number. I don't know the exact number, but it's well less than 100. Probably less than 50.
What's the age range of the victims? Can you give us that much that you guys have interviewed?
I don't have that with information with me. I don't really know the answer.
Can you give us the ages and genders on the suspects that were arrested?
The ages are probably in the middle to late 20s, both male subjects.
How far back does this investigation go? Does this go back 15 years, 10 years, 5 years?
No, this investigation started just like a few months ago. It was just brought to our attention. We knew anything about it until it was brought to our attention.
Sorry, let me rephrase. I'm sorry how I meant to ask that question.
Sure.
How far back does this go in terms of a crime? Does it go back 10 years as like the start of this situation, or is this a recent?
I can't disclose that. This is the federal investigation, so I can't disclose the dates when this occurred.
Is there anything you'd like us to let potential victims know to help your investigation as?
Sure, and I know Chief Smith is going to touch on that too. Yes, any information you have, please contact us at Dade County Sheriff's Department or the Trenton Police Department. Anybody that was a victim that can help us out with any information would be very acceptable. Any other questions? Okay. Let me reiterate here. You know, I've heard on some of the social media sites that we are trying to sweep this under the rug. I can assure you this is not being swept under the rug. This has been an ongoing investigation. Because of the COVID pandemic that we've had, it has stalled this investigation. But by no means would the Sheriff's Office or the Trenton Police Department hide anything in an investigation, especially when it involves children. These people that are involved in this, that are perpetrators, I want them arrested. I want them in jail, whether it's state, local, or federal prison. I want them going there if they harmed one of these children. And I know the chief feels the same way. So let me assure you that we are not sweeping this under the rug or hiding anything. It's just an investigation that we have to take our time to make sure these perpetrators are brought to justice.
I just have one more question.
Yes,
You talk about COVID-19 delaying the investigation. Do you know how far back it set you guys in this investigation?
Probably a couple months, I'd say.
And when you think about that, a couple months delayed, and you talk about these victims that have been hurt and have, all that, just how frustrating is that as law enforcement?
It is very frustrating. We that's our job to bring criminals to justice, and that's what we're counting on. And when these situations happen where it delays our investigation, it makes everybody anxious. And I know the victims in the community want to know answers, but if we don't take our time and do this right, we don't want to lose this case. We don't want people to go free because we rushed an investigation. That's why this is taking so long, and that's why we're covering every bit of information and evidence that we have in this investigation. Okay, I believe the chief has something she wants to say.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Christy Smith with the Trenton Police Department, and just as the sheriff has said, the sheriff's office, the police department, we have all just been assisting the federal agents during this investigation. We've been building a rapport and sharing our concerns with them, and the reason they reached out to us is because of our knowledge of the people that are in our area, and we were able to help identify some of these victims and suspects. It's imperative that we respect their authority and the integrity of this investigation, and we will continue to do that. We also respect the privacy of the many victims in this case. As this investigation is being handled by federal agencies, it is at their discretion what information can be shared. At this time, the sheriff has already advised to you that 2 have been arrested, but the investigation does continue. So those are the only facts that we are able to share at this time. And as he said, the COVID virus has delayed some of our personal meetings, but we have spoken with them via phone and through emails. When restrictions are lifted, the Sheriff's Office and Trenton Police Department will again make ourselves available at their request to be an assistant agency. I do plead with anyone who feels like they may have been a victim in this case to please contact our office. Our phone number is 706-657-4167, or the Sheriff's Office at 657-3233. You can also reach us on our Facebook pages for the Police Department and the Sheriff's Department, or emails that are listed there.
What federal agencies exactly are working the case?
We have been asked not to share that information. We can only say that the federal agencies we're assisting them.
Chief, what went through your head when this whole thing started back in December, that it was connected back to Trenton and Dade County? Can you kind of elaborate what your thought process was, and then what this has been like to go through this investigation and to actually have to, have your officers interview some of these potential victims?
We are a small community, so most of the people here know everyone here. And of course, that can be a good thing and a bad thing. And I know that all of our hearts go out to the victims especially. Some of these were students when my children were in school. So many of the names were familiar to myself and to the sheriff and to other people who were involved. And it was real heartbreaking and a surprise, I think. But as he said, the fact that we are unable to get justice and immediate justice, it is frustrating for us. So we are taking our time with this investigation, and we are very, very glad that these federal agencies are being so thorough.
Do you want to just make the plea one more time for any potential victims
Yes,
just to come
yes.
out?
If we have any victims or anyone who feels like that you may have been a victim or that you have information of someone who may have been a victim, I had several people contact us that way. And we were able to investigate those and either find out were they true or were they not. Please call my office here at the Trenton Police Department at 706-657-4167 or the Sheriff's Department at 706-657-3233.
And you talk about the victims here in Dade County, but is it believed that all the people that were affected by this are in Dade County, or is there belief that they're also elsewhere?
I believe that there may be victims elsewhere, but of course our interest at the moment would be here for our agencies, since that's the only ones we can assist with.
We talked, and Sheriff Cross reiterated that COVID delayed this investigation.
Yes.
And just with everything, especially with this kind of sensitive investigation, and just something that's impacted us all, just how frustrating is it to have this delayed the way it's been delayed?
Prior to becoming the chief of police, I was an investigator, and I investigated child crimes, and those were my passion. And knowing that the suspects are still have not been brought to justice is very frustrating. But also, because I've been an investigator before, I understand that it takes time, and it takes time to go through all of the evidence that's there.
Chief, real quick, can you talk about, maybe the sheriff could join you on this, did you guys do a task force within Dade County to kind of handle, how did this investigation go on your guys' end?
Yes. Whenever the federal agencies contacted us, we rallied our resources, and we are just all a family. We basically work together, and we work off of each other. So there were other resources that came together with us. So if you want to call it a task force, I would absolutely say yes, we did. We are a team, and we all came together and put every bit of effort we could to assist them. And knowledge of the people that we have here, knowledge of our community, really did help. We had school resource officers, and that also helped. So it was a team effort.
Chief, if I could say something real quick. I know some of the questions going around are rumors about teachers being involved in this. If there are any teachers involved in this, this would be the federal agencies that are investigating this part of it. We were assisting with the victim part of this investigation, so we're not privy to that information. That is the federal side of that investigation. So if there is any teachers involved, I can assure you right now, as far as we know, there's none at the school system now that are involved. If there were, the feds are taking care of that part of it. But our main role is to assist with victims.
I assume, and this is maybe just the assumption too, that if you guys had stumbled across a crime, you would have arrested, charged, and brought.
Absolutely. That's just, yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Good job, appreciate it.
Appreciate that, Sheriff, Chief. Carrie, we got any questions on our end of it as far as can? Appreciate everyone watching us today, and I hope this was very informative to you. We'll be back tomorrow at 3 o'clock with an update, and if you need us anyway, just get a hold of Carrie there on the line. My cell number is 667-8999, area code 423. As always, we're here as public servants to you. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 o'clock.